We always see polished videos, polished paintings, perfect sketchbooks on Instagram and social media, but we don't get to see the parts that go wrong, the reality. And the reality is that not everything's perfect. Hey, here I am and welcome back. My name's Nathan, and if you're into urban sketching, you're in the right place. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm recording a voiceover. And that is because this whole day was a disaster from start to finish. I set off to this sketching location, which is Palau Real in Barcelona, by the way. And I was halfway there when I realized that I didn't have my microphone. So I went home and then went back. And when I arrived at the sketching spot, I was setting up and I realized I didn't have my sketchbook. I managed to solve that problem because I happened to have a piece of paper in my bag that I was going to use for swatching, but I used that instead. So I adapted. Problem solved. Then I pressed record on both of my cameras, but I forgot to turn on my microphone. So there was no sound, or no clear sound at least, and no sound during this introductory part. Later on, the second camera does come to the rescue, so we do eventually get some audio, although that audio will also have its own little adventures, but we will do what we can. This video was originally meant to be a proper review of the Fuumuui set, but between forgotten gear, microphones, and all of the technical mishaps, it didn't quite go to plan. And my first thought was to delete all of the footage, write it off as a bad job, and go and film it all again. And I posted that on Instagram. But then an old school friend replied to my story and said, "It's not unusable. Do an overdubbed version and show that nothing is a disaster." And I thought, you know what? She's right. We always see polished videos, polished paintings, perfect sketchbooks on Instagram and social media, but we don't get to see the parts that go wrong, the reality. And the reality is that not everything's perfect. And disasters happen to everybody. So I am going to do the best I can with this video. I will make another more polished review of the Fuumuui set soon, but instead of throwing the footage away and never letting anybody see it, I'm going to use it. And I hope it shows that we don't have to bin a project just because it isn't perfect. Sometimes you can rescue it, and sometimes you can learn from it, and sometimes we can have a laugh at ourselves along the way. So let's get into it.
Well, so it turns out I forgot my clip. I can't fully test that. And I forgot my sketchbook, so I'm going to have to use this paper that came from there. Okay, so let's just do a bit of troubleshooting then. I'm going to take a little piece of my putty rubber, my kneaded eraser. I'm just going to use that as like glue tack. Use that sticking to that. Not always part of the problem. Solution. Okay, so let's fill up my little water pots. Okay, so obviously next time I will have to use my sketchbook. Let's go. Right. I'm going to just do this middle section from the tree around to this curve. Okay, so we have a tree over this side. Oh, this will maybe be a little bit sturdier, more sturdy on an actual tripod, not just with selfie stick. Maybe I've made an error there, but that's okay. On tree there. There's a little bit of perspective if that comes forward. The long thing here. There's another palm tree there on this one. Okay, now I'm not one for just painting directly, but I guess that's what we're going to do today. Take my sunglasses off. So let's do a wash. We're going to use the size 10 end first. Oh, another tip that somebody said they've noticed that I keep squeezing and bending the tips of my brushes. but they told me that I shouldn't do that because I'm going to break the bristles. So I'm just going to swirl it around in the water there. I'm going to roll it around the edge. He didn't tell me to do that, but he said this will just loosen the glue. And that's it. So you don't really need to start massaging them and bending them. So thank you for that tip. Okay, so what colours have I got in here? You may be wondering. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colours by Rosa Gallery. So that is Arzo Yellow, which is that one, I think. This one is Yellow Ochre, with gold something. Oh, I can't remember the name fully. Gold something. This one is just called Green, and this one is Burnt Sienna. Pyrrole Red and Quin Rose, I think that is. And Green Gold from Daniel Smith. Shoe Fly. I have Ultramarine Deep and Cerulean. Oh, and Permanent Green from Shinhan Art. And then this is the Symposium 2026 colour. And this is Indigo Greenish, I think it's called. Those are both Daniel Schmalz. So, let's see. We've mostly got this yellow colour, so let's take this and mix it up on here. You see how that's beading up on there? Oh, it's not too bad. I've seen worse. You see how that's beading up on there? That's because this is new. If you scuff this up a little bit with like the back of a dish sponge, just a little bit, it'll stop it kind of doing this weird little beady thing. So I'm just going to try and mark in all of the yellowy areas. Tilt that back just a little bit. I said in the unboxing that I don't normally sketch at such an angle. You know, it's good to try new things. So let's give that a go. This paper, by the way, I can't tell you what this paper is. This was in a random box of paper that was given to me. Oh, I forgot this is supposed to be my cleaning pot, and this is my pickup pot, but I'm only using one colour, so that's not such a bother at the moment. But when I start using other colours, it might become important. This is a fountain in the middle. It's a shame that that's not on. That's probably it for that wash. Right, so now I'm going to clean in this pot, and I'm going to go with this pot to pick up my nice clean wash. We can just start green, just to have a nice light undertone. Oh, I didn't spray I didn't spray. Nice little green. Oh, do you know what? Get involved. We'll make that a lighter green. Right, let's go. Well, here, I'm not bothered if the colours all kind of merge together at this point. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to clean that up again after. Can't believe I didn't bring my sketchbook. Oh, there's only that tree there. Oh, there's another little kind of tree thing here. It's at that end. Palm tree here. Alright, okay. I'm not used to just sketching straight away, so this is very kind of strange. I want to get like a slightly different colour down here, so maybe I'm going to use this gold. It's quinacridone gold. Well, that's done nothing, has it? Let me a bit more. There are some like little plant pot things going around here. It feels quite funny having such a short little short little paintbrush here. Oh look, do you see how this side's not? Actually, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe these don't need seasoning because they're not actually beading up that much. That's quite good. I was going to say there are 3 different stages of watercolour. There is the tea stage, there is the milk stage, and the cream. Now you want tea for when you're doing washes. This is what they tell me anyway. This is the theory. You want tea when you're doing washes because that's like a nice light colour. Washes and glazes, you want tea. And for mid-tones, you want a milky consistency. And then for like really strong colours, you want cream. Right, now, there's a lot of flies around here. I'm not enjoying that so much. Now, these palm trees are not actually brown. I normally do them brown, but they look more like grey colour. So I'm going to take this Quinn Rose and some ultramarine, and that should make it kind of grey. Maybe not. Just put just a little bit of burnt sienna in it. Oh, is that not burnt sienna? Have I picked up the wrong one? Oh, I have picked up the wrong one. That's not burnt sienna. Oh no. Can I save this? Right, what do I want? Do I want some gold in there? Is that what I want? Oh no. I can't believe, well, kind of like a burnt sienna kind of colour. That'll do. That's going to have to do. I didn't realise that. Apologies. Oh, it's okay for the colour. I quite like, actually. It's unplanned, but I quite like how it's just faded off and melted into that colour down at the bottom, and then it's gone like a nice tight colour as I've lifted it up. That looks quite cool, actually. Now, the reason I chose these colours and brought the wrong one there, I think that might be royal brown. I don't know, I definitely put the wrong one in there by mistake. The reason I chose these is that all this top row and all of this second row, apart from this one, are all single pigments. So I can mix these together, apart from this green gold, without it going too muddy, which is something that I've recently kind of discovered. Right, I'm going to use this darker colour to lay down my door in between these two kind of bush things. Nice, look at that, a nice fine point from a number 10. I have to hold my breath because I'm concentrating. This is a little wobbly, but maybe if it was on an actual tripod. A milky texture going on here. There's like an archway here. And there's one on the other side too. And the one here. And the one here. This is very foreign feeling to me because normally I have some proper lines to follow. Little line of pink along there, and there too, and there's something there, and there's something there, and there's something there. Oh my word, what am I doing here? What am I creating? Oh, dear me. Oh, it's kind of grey. Okay, there's like a grey. For one flag. It's for another flag. Okay, time for me to use the other brush. Great, by the way, love that brush. That's worked very nicely. No negatives on the brush. In fact, so far the only negative I have is that I haven't used a proper stand. This gives a little swill around there as well, get any gum arabic off it. I like this having two pots thing, I think that's quite cool. Add a bit more to this bush. Into this Kate bush. And I'm going to use it for this little palm tree. Actually, I've been very kind to that palm tree. I've given it more leaves than it actually has. And that one. It's because I was looking at my page and not at the reference. Bad boy. Don't do that, everyone. It's actually very difficult. I thought, oh, nice little palace. How cute will that be? See, that's the consistency of cream. It's much thicker. So that should lay on nice and thick on there too. And it did, good. I like it when what I say actually happens. It doesn't always, and then I feel silly. It comes down here. Can you tell I'm very out of my comfort zone by what I'm doing here? Maybe if you couldn't tell, you can tell because I keep talking about it. So there's that bit. But I'm going to leave a little bit of white in the middle. Oh my word, Nathan, what are you doing? Which one of these looks more opaque? Probably that one. Got a Spanish flag here. And we have a Catalan flag next to it. I'll add some more colour to that in a minute. Right, let's try and use some of this to kind of carve out something that's going on over here. Do you know what though? I think I might have got better detail with the other brush. I'm having to keep it still with my finger. But I wouldn't say that that is the fault of the design. I'll say that's my fault for not choosing something more sturdy. So we're going to let them off. Oh, I wish these flies would leave me alone. Get off. Buzz off. Gosh, this just does not look like my style at all. Back with this colour, there's like is it called a fresco? It's like a statue, like it's like a, I don't know what's it called. It's almost like a relief, I guess. Anyway, that's what these are supposed to be. Some of this green, which is just called green. With my darkest shadows in this tree. Take a little bit in these just because why not? Now then, the inside of these windows are not actually that coloured, more of a bluey colour. Might add a little bit of this indigo to it. Very good. Put that colour on top of those. Is this coming along? Is it looking like what it's supposed to look like? Is it? Am I trying to add too much detail on too small a piece of paper while it's wobbling? I think perhaps I am. Use a bit of this indigo greenish, a little bit of shadow from here, or a lot of shadow. Gosh, that's very dark. Well, you know, it's not 100 miles away from what I'm painting. So it's right there. A little joke there. At this point, I'm thinking, should I even upload this? Or should I come back again tomorrow and bring my sketchbook and put this on a different stand, maybe on my tripod, and try it again? Or is it better for me to show that I tried and failed?
If you haven't noticed, this is where the audio from the other camera decided to leave us. But as you can see, I am almost finished with this sketch. So if you don't mind, I am going to skip to where the camera audio came back again, and that will take us to the end of the video.
Well, that's it. What do you think? In fact, you know what? You tell me. Let me know in the comments. Is this a success or a fail? I'm going to come back tomorrow, use a sturdier stand and my sketchbook to really test it out. But until then, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.